Just kind of lying back. Legs and arms can fall out to the sides. And just relaxing down. You might have a hand on the chest and a hand on the belly, or just be relaxing down. Just taking a few moments to connect with the rising and sinking of your breathing. And your breath might be long, it might be short, it might be choppy, it might be smooth, shallow, deep, doesn't matter, just being with your breathing. That's it. And then when you can feel ready, letting your eyes open if they were closed, arms at your sides, palms down, and on your inhale, just let your right leg lift up, and then exhale, releasing it back down. Good, inhale, lifting into your left leg, exhale, releasing down. So just like this, one leg at a time, nice and strong. It's fine if the knee's bending. Lifting through your heel. Good, last set. Right leg, left leg, and releasing down. Good, so have your feet come down to the floor about hip distance. Long spine, long neck, arms at your sides. Inhale, and then exhale, just kind of pushing down through your feet, lifting into your hips. So making a bridge shape with your body. Nice and strong. Opening through the front plane of your body. You might need to take breaks. That's totally okay too. Good. And then releasing your hips, your back all the way down. Let your knees draw in. Just kind of holding your knees or swaying in your knees a little bit. Good. And then let the soles of your feet come together. So knees are going to splay out to the sides like butterflies. And then let your palms come together over your head. And thinking about reaching out through your fingers, kind of squeezing your palms together. Your arms can even kind of squeeze the sides of your head. Maybe a little tuck in your belly. Lower back is flat, coming flat towards the floor a little bit. So kind of opening through your inner legs and also through the sides of the trunk. So this is a very good kind of posture for opening into the liver energy channels. Springtime, we're really looking at nourishing the liver system and also the gallbladder energy system too. So letting things stretch, letting things open and flow. Continuing to breathe nice and deeply. Good, and then you can release your arms, and you can take the outsides of your legs, draw your legs in. Good, and then just kind of drawing your knees in, flopping a little bit side to side in your legs here. Good, and then link your fingers around your right knee. Left leg is long, and just kind of drawing it in, stretching. Good, and then you can take the knee across your body, so coming into a twist. Right arm can reach out, being with that twist. Allowing your breathing to flow here. One more breath. Good, and then releasing out. And then letting your right leg lengthen. And switching it up, so left knee can come in, long through the crown of your head. And then drawing this knee across your body, coming into a twist. And left arm can reach out. Good, one more breath. And then releasing out, coming back. Good. And then shake out, hands and feet, fingers and toes. Shaking everything out. Good. And then link your fingers around your right knee, pressing out through your left leg. And pushing all the way up into sitting. Or just coming over onto your side, coming up into sitting. So whatever works for you. You might even need to sit on a like on a cushion or a blanket. Good, so hands can be at your knees and thinking about rotating in your upper body. Okay, circling. Good, and then coming the other way too. That's it, and then back to center. Okay, right hand at your side here. Inhale, left arm lifts, and then curving your way over towards your right. Getting a side stretch. Good, and then you can release out. And think about making an L shape. Not sure if you can see that, an L shape in your left hand. Okay, so this is kind of opening, this opens through the lung energy channels. So even though we're focusing on springtime stuff in this yoga class, liver and gallbladder, we also want to kind of look after the lungs a little bit, just with the COVID-19 and everything. That really goes after the respiratory system. So this will help us to kind of be a little stronger, build up some power in the lung energy system. Okay, so that L then just reaches out, or you might even let it open back. So pointing up the best you can through your index finger, forward through your thumb. Breathing deeply. That's it, and then releasing out, coming back. Okay, and then you can just reach out through your legs for a moment here, bouncing into your knees, and then rotate into your ankles, spreading into your toes, and coming the opposite way too. Good. And then just think about just grounding down, feet on the floor, hip distance. Just see if you can kind of lift up into a bridge shape here. Even just a little bit. Chin can be tucked or lifted. Just kind of reaching up through your hips. Opening through the front of your body, your shoulders, collarbones, belly. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. And then just let your hips gently come down. Okay. And then shaking out into your wrists a little bit. Good. Once again, comfortable cross-legged position here. You might do the unnatural leg cross if you can tune into that. Left hand at your side, right arm's going to lift. And then again, you can kind of curve your way over towards your side here. Good breathing, feeling that side stretch. So the gallbladder channels, they kind of flow down through the sides of the body. So side stretches are good for getting things moving and flowing in a good way through the gallbladder pathways. Good, releasing out. Okay, and then once again, just thinking about nourishing that lung system, this time on the right side. So making your L, and then just kind of reaching out. Left hand might be on your left leg, doing the best you can to point up through the index finger, forward through the thumb. Good breathing. Seeing if you can breathe all the way down into the bottoms of the lungs. Sometimes we only use about half of our potential lung capacity, so really breathing. Good, and then releasing out and coming back to center here. Okay, and then let your feet come together out in front of you. So you've got some space between your heels and your pelvis. So there's like a diamond shape there. Okay, hands can be on your knees or you can bring your hands onto your ankles or your feet. And just kind of lengthening out through the crown of your head. Feeling a stretch. You might at the end kind of let your chin tuck. Let your spine round a little bit, kind of feeling a stretch through the backs, kind of the outsides of your hips there. And letting things soften. Breathing nice and deeply. Good. And then when you're ready, you can release back up. Okay, take the outsides of your legs, draw your legs in, and flopping your legs a little side to side. And then just think about coming into a tabletop position here. So hands at your shoulders, knees at your hips, really rooting down. And then when you're ready, maybe you can let your toes tuck. You can let your knees lift. Kind of pressing up through your hips. It's fine to keep the knees bending. You might have a little bit of movement going on, or you might stay stationary. Stretching through the back of your body here. Good, and then letting your knees come down to the floor here. Okay, and then just let your right foot step forward. So make sure that left knee is okay. So you're kind of in a low lunge here. And then inhale, you can let your arms lift up. So you're in a low crescent here. Breathing, lifting. That's it, and then let your left hand come down to the floor, and then just kind of reaching up towards the ceiling with your right. Feeling that twist, being with the flow of your breath. That's it, right hand can come down, and see if you can step back into tabletop. And then once again, just see if you can let your toes tuck. This time push-up position, plank position. So you might have the knees on the floor, or you might let your toes tuck, just making a nice, strong, flat body. It's fine if the hips are a little more lifted, that's fine. Nice and strong in your belly, your core. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Let your knees come down. Easy does it, lowering all the way down to the floor. And let your left arm reach out, palm down. Push down through the right hand. Come to lean or kind of lie on your left side a little bit. And then let your right knee bend and slide up towards your right hand. Okay, so this is comfortable position. And then once again, think about making that L shape in your right arm and just kind of letting it, kind of reaching up through the padding of the right hand there, the webbing between the thumb and the index finger. You might even let the arm kind of hang back, really nourishing this lung system, your right shoulder, your trunk area. Keep breathing. One more breath. Good, and then releasing, hand can come down, right leg back. Okay, and from here, let your hands be at your shoulders. Inhale, lifting into your head, your chest, your shoulders. Exhale, release. Good, 2 more times. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, release. Inhale, lifting. And release. Good. Pushing up into tabletop. And then just sitting back on your heels if you can. Forehead on a pillow, a block, or on the floor. Sinking down into your hips here. That's it. And then once again, rock forward into tabletop. Okay, and then once again, let your toes tuck. Okay, so once again, letting your knees, your hips lift up and back. Nice and strong. So again, coming into downward facing dog here. Making your body into a strong kind of mountain shape. That's it. Continuing to breathe. Continuing to lift into it. That's it. And then knees can come down to the floor when you're ready here. Okay, and then you can let your left foot this time step forward. Okay, once again, low lunge. And then you can inhale, let your arms lift up again. Softening in your shoulders, and being with your breathing. That's it. Right hand can come down to the floor this time. And you can turn towards your left and let your left arm reach up. And again, you can release down. Good. And then step your left foot back. Once again, either a knee push-up shape, or you can let your toes tuck and you can come into a kind of like a push-up position here. Nice and strong. And lower belly drawing in. Engaged in your core. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Knees come down. Lower all the way down to the floor here. Okay. So right arm's going to reach out this time. Right palm down. Push down through your left hand. Shift your weight into your right side. And then let your left knee kind of slide up towards the left hand. Once again, think about making that L shape. Once again, kind of reaching up like you've got a water gun there. And you might even let the arm kind of hang back. Soften into the hand, the arm, kind of pressing out through that webbing between your thumb and your index finger there. And the lung lines flow through the thumbs. And the large intestine lines, which are the connected organ to the lungs, those are through the index fingers. So. Continuing to breathe, continuing to let things soften and melt. Breathing deeply. Good. And then release. Left hand comes down. Okay. And then reaching back through the left leg. Okay. Arms this time, if you like, can be at your sides. Inhale, lifting into your head, your chest, your shoulders, maybe your legs, maybe your arms. Exhale, releasing. Good. Inhale once again, lifting into it. Exhale, releasing. Last one, lifting into it, nice and strong. Good, and releasing. Good, hands can be at your shoulders here. Once again, pushing up. And this time you may want to let your knees splay out to the sides a little bit. So big toes can come together. And same thing, you can kind of sink down into your hips. You might have your forehead on the floor, on a block. It's kind of sinking down. That's it. And when you're ready, you can come back up and walk your hands back in here, bringing your knees, your legs back in together. Okay, tabletop, and then coming all the way up into standing. That's it. So standing nice and tall here. Okay, good. So think about stepping somewhat wide here. Okay, one leg's distance or so. And let your feet angle out. So this horse stance is a really good opener for the liver channels. They flow up from the first toe, up the inner legs here, up into the trunk, and they kind of come out to the sides of the trunk there. So this is getting the bottom part. And then if you like, again, you're welcome to come into that arm position we did a little earlier, with the arms kind of reaching up, really opening through that side trunk part of the liver channels. So you're kind of reaching up, kind of squeezing your upper arms together, bending in a comfortable way through the legs, just getting a good opening here. We're continuing to breathe, breathing all the way down. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Releasing out in your arms, your legs. Step your feet in together for a moment, and then just shaking it out. Good. So for this next one, again, step pretty wide, maybe 1 leg's distance or so. And you might need to step in a little bit. You're going to bend your knees with this next one, and hands can come onto your knees, and you might just hang out here. You can do it. You can do all the moves from right here. This is fine, okay? You can always have a block down there or a cushion too, okay? So the idea is to keep bending through your knees and keep sticking back through your hips here. Fingertips or palms could come down. And think about walking over a little bit towards your right side here. So keep grounding down through the left foot. Keep sticking back through your hips. Set up like a side bend through your left side of your body. So you're looking down. It's almost like your right ear is going to come back towards that right shoulder. So you're stretching kind of through the side of the neck. The gallbladder lines flow down through the sides of the head, the side of the neck, over the shoulder, down through the whole side of the body. So this is a really good gallbladder opener here. Breathing. Some people even like the left hand to come up, and you can rest the top of your hand on your sacrum. It's almost like that left shoulder can open even more, just if that's not too much. Continuing to breathe, letting things soften and melt. That's it. And then the left hand can come down, come back to center here. You might need to sway a little bit, and then just coming up for a moment, coming up into standing. Good. Step your feet in, bouncing out a little bit, shaking out. Good. And then once again, same stance. Okay. 1 leg's distance or a little shorter. Hands can come on to bending knees, and you might just hang here and do that kind of curve towards the left. That's fine. Or hands can come down, bending your knees, sticking back through your hips. You're welcome to then walk your hands a little bit over towards the left leg. Keep grounding down through the right there. So you're setting up that curve through the right side of your body. Your left ear maybe coming closer towards that left shoulder as you look down. Opening into things here. Breathing, letting that energy flow. Good. You might even have the right hand, the right arm reach up. You can have the top of the hand on the sacrum, opening the shoulder. Good, and then you can release out. Once again, hands can come down and onto knees or onto your legs, coming all the way up. Good. Shaking out a little bit here. That's it. So legs about hip distance or so, knees are soft. Okay, let your knees bend then. Hands coming on to bending knees. And you might just stay here. This is a good place to get a good stretch through your hamstrings. You might find that you keep coming down here, you keep folding. Okay, you're welcome to do that. Sometimes people will take opposite elbows or arms on the ground. Just coming into a forward fold here. Finding that sweet spot. being with your breathing. Good, and on your next inhale, knees can bend, press down through your feet. You can roll all the way up into standing, and then just do a couple of shoulder circles here, up, back and down, up, back and down. Good. So legs, again, about hip or shoulder distance. So step your left foot back, maybe a little bit even behind the right leg there. Okay. Right hand can be at your side here, supporting you. Inhale up with the left arm, and then exhale, you can just kind of set up a little curve through the side of the body again. It's fine if the left elbow's bending and you're lifting through the elbow. Good, really letting things come unstuck and free through the gallbladder system here. Good, and then you can release out here, coming back, step your left foot forward, okay, and then bouncing out a little bit. Okay, so just seeing if you can have your, so be at the front of your space, the front of your mat here, okay, and just seeing if you can have your left foot step back, okay, so left foot steps back, and you can bring your palms together here, okay, and right hand is going to draw an imaginary bowstring, left hand's going to make an L shape, okay, that same L shape. So on your inhale, looking towards your right, drawing that left elbow out to the side, really reaching up, expanding, and then exhale, release. Good. Once again, inhale, drawing that bowstring, looking towards that notch of your arrow. Exhale, release. Inhale, releasing. Good. On the last one, just see if you can hold it nice and taut for a few breaths here. And breathing all the way down into the bottoms of your lungs, letting things be really free and letting the energy move and flow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job releasing out. Okay, stepping forward in the back foot and bouncing out a little bit. Okay. All right, coming back here. That was your right. Okay, so right hand's gonna make the L. Okay, again, right hand. Left hand comes onto your chest and then just reaching out through that right L shape. Okay, knees are soft, and then letting the arm continue to kind of open out to the side here. You might even let your left hand kind of slip away from your chest towards your armpit. Just really expanding through your chest, through your lungs, breathing nice and deeply. Allowing things to clear and be open. That's it. And then freeing up, releasing again. Good, shaking out again. Okay, so this time think about your right foot stepping back a little bit and then over, kind of behind maybe even, the left leg a little bit. Left hand can come onto your hip here. Okay, and then inhale, let your right arm lift up. And then exhale, coming into that side stretch here. And rooting down through that back foot. Really letting that curve happen through your body here. That's it. And then releasing out in your right arm, step forward in your leg, and bouncing out again. Okay, and so we'll do the other side with the bow and arrow. So step back this time in your right foot. Okay, so left hand's going to make the L. Right hand draws the arrow. So once again, inhale, drawing, looking out over that notch. Exhale, releasing. Good. Inhale, once again, drawing that bowstring and releasing. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Good. On the last one, just kind of keeping the arrow, the bow, really expanding through your chest, through your ribs. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. And then releasing out, stepping forward in the front foot and in the back foot, and then shaking down. Okay, once again, legs hip or shoulder distance. Okay, right hand's going to come onto your chest. Left hand's going to make that L. And just kind of opening out, this time towards your left side. Okay, maybe just a little bit. You may find you can look back towards that hand a little. You might even let your right hand slip away from your chest, kind of towards your right elbow or your right armpit. Really breathing deeply, one more breath or so. That's it, and then releasing out. Good. And then just shaking out again. All right, so think about the legs being, to start off with, about hip distance or shoulder distance. Okay, arms are going to come up, palms together, even. Okay, so inhale here and then exhale over towards your right. Good. Inhale coming up, exhale to your left. Good. Inhale coming up, okay, and then release. Okay, so that's part one. Okay, and then step a little bit wider here. Okay, and inhale here, and then exhale. Just let your torso come over towards your right leg, like you're going to center it over your right leg. Good. Inhale, come up, and then exhale, bring it down towards the left leg. It's fine if the knee is bending. Okay, and then coming back up. Once again, legs. Actually, let's have the legs come all the way together. Okay, so we'll do that movement. Okay, this is the gallbladder movement up top. And then this is the liver opener on the bottom, okay? So we'll put it all together. You can go at your own speed here. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then jump. 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. So keep going at your own speed here. Finding your own flow, no forcing. Couple more. Last set. That's it. And then coming back eventually here, taking your time, and then just standing tall. Knees are soft. Eyes can be closed if you want. Just tuning into your breathing. And noticing how your breathing feels. Good. And then fingertips can come onto your shoulders here. Okay, and then just set up kind of like you can even imagine that you're like a blade of grass, kind of in the springtime, this new life, this kind of growth. And there's a playfulness to it. There's a kind of a creativity. It can go in a lot of directions. So just kind of having a little bit of a movement going on here, side to side. That's it, coming back. Okay, and then just turning a little side to side here. Again, having the gentleness, the kind of the springiness. And slowly coming back to center here. Okay, shaking out, kind of bouncing out. All right, and then coming down onto your mat. You can be in a kneeling position. See if you can be in a high kneel. Okay, so knees are under your hips. You might need to get a blanket or something for under your knees there. Step your right foot out, or you can adjust accordingly. Right foot can come out to the side. Inhale, left arm's going to lift. And then exhale, you can begin to kind of come into that curve again. So this is getting the bottom kind of half of the right side of the body, liver line, and then the top half of the liver line on the left side. Breathing, softening into it. Letting things flow, letting things come loose, letting things unstick. That's it. And then releasing, left hand on your block or on the floor, and then let your right arm reach up. This is a good place to stay and breathe. Okay. Or you're welcome to make an L shape again here. Okay. And then just find the rotation that works for you in the arm and just kind of reaching out through that webbing again. Reaching out, maybe back a little through the thumb, through the index finger. Really letting your breathing flow here, nice and deep. really nourishing the lungs. That's it, good. And then releasing out. See if you can come back up. Okay, and then just seeing if you can come back and sit on the floor here. All right, so comfortable cross-legged position for the left leg. So the left leg will be kind of a normal way. Right leg can either extend out, or you can let the right knee bend. Top of the foot can come down to the floor here. Okay, and just make sure you've got some width going on in your hips, nice and wide. Good. And right hand can come onto your left leg. Left hand behind you. Inhale, sitting tall. And then exhale, just beginning to twist a little towards your left side. Breathing. Good. Releasing just for a moment. So now right arm can reach up if you like, or you can have hand on the head or hand at the nape of the neck. So you've got your right elbow lifting up towards the sky here. And then you can just again begin to twist, but you might kind of set up a little bit of a stretch, kind of a curve through the front right side of your body, up through that elbow. Just really opening through this liver energy system area here. Breathing. One more breath. You might have heat releasing. You might have emotions, sensations. Just kind of letting that stuff come and go. Good, and then releasing out. So right leg lengthens out, bouncing into your knees again. Both legs out. And then let your right knee bend kind of normally. And you can kind of have the left, maybe the inside of the left foot kind of on the ground, left knee bending. And then just ground down through this right hip, kind of squaring off over this right leg. Okay, you might stay perched, or you can kind of come forward over the leg. You might have elbows under your shoulders or make a pillow with your hands. Feeling that stretch in the outside of your right leg there and the outside of your right hip. Again, kind of gallbladder stuff here. Letting things open and melt here. Breathing nice and deeply, nice and freely. Good, and then when you're ready, you can come back up and out of it here. Okay, so left leg can come out, right leg too. Again, bouncing into your knees a little bit. Okay, and then we'll shift into the other side in a moment. So this work with the liver and the gallbladder systems, typically when things are kind of stuck in there, maybe not balanced all that well, there's this sense of like frustration, especially in the spring, or anger even. There's this sense that all this creativity is bursting forth all around us, and we want to align with that. But like there's a stuckness there. It's like our true kind of aliveness, our creativity doesn't have a chance for whatever reason to manifest. So there's frustration. When things are open and flowing in a good way, There will be that sense of creativity, and there's also that kind of sense of playfulness, or sometimes we say kindness, like an underlying sense of kindness, which allows the creativity to happen rather than kind of shutting it down. So let's shift into the other side here. So coming into a high kneel, get yourself set up. Knees under your hips, and then left foot this time will step out. Grounding down through that left foot, and left arm can be at your side, and then right arm can lift up. Good, and then exhale, you can kind of curve your way even just a little bit towards your left, getting this liver area. One more breath. That's it. And then releasing. Right hand can come down to your pillow or the floor. Left arm can reach up. And then once again, let's keep really coming back to this lung system as well, just to stay nice and healthy and strong there. So you're kind of reaching up through the L, water gun, and you might even kind of let it kind of be loose and might hang back a little bit. And reaching out perhaps through the webbing there. Continuing to breathe. That's it. And then releasing back up and out of it here. Okay. And coming to sit again. Coming to sit down. And so this time, right leg will be kind of as it is, cross-legged. And left leg can either reach out, or you can take the top of the foot, kind of have the top of the foot on the floor, again, making some space in your hips here. Toes pointing back. Left hand can come onto your right leg. Right fingers are palm down behind you, sitting tall, and then beginning to gently twist towards your right side. Good, and then you can release out for a moment. Again, coming into, this is called the sun wheel shape, sun wheel pose. So left arm can reach up, or hand at your head, or hand at the nape of the neck, fingers pointing down. Think about that elbow lifting. And again, you might kind of look back towards that right hand, really lifting through the left elbow, and kind of opening through the front left side of your body here. That's it, and then releasing out again when you're ready. Left leg comes out. Okay, right leg too. And let the left knee now, just being cross-legged, and then shift towards that left hip. Right knee can bend if you like. You can have the inner arch, the inside of the foot on the floor. And ground down through that left hip, squaring off with your torso towards your left leg. And you might stay perched, that's fine. Or you can kind of begin to come forward. You might let the elbows splay out, kind of feeling that stretch through your left hip, and the outside of your left leg. Continuing to breathe, continuing to relax into it. Good, and then when you're ready, you can come back up again here. Okay, right leg can come forward, left leg too. And then think about having both feet on the floor here. So knees bending, and you can take the backs of your legs, and then just seeing if you can lift off here. And you might just be coming off and then back, that's fine. Or you might keep the legs lifted, keep holding is fine. Or some people like the arms out, it's okay too. Lifting through your pelvic floor, looking high, lifting high. That's it, breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, feet coming down. And then just draping your body over your legs here. Good. And then let your feet still be down on the floor here, hands down behind you. Okay, let's see. Fingers can point away from you. And then just think about lifting into your hips and then kind of shifting your weight forward. Okay, so I can do it diagonal. So hands down, shifting forward. And then you're kind of just, again, kind of like that new growth, that kind of grass, that springiness, that playfulness. You're just kind of kind of bending from side to side. You might need to take a break from time to time, that's okay. That's it, and then coming back. Once again, legs can come out. Once again, just kind of bouncing into things here. Okay, so you're on so you can come down onto your back, on your mat. Okay, and just think about your right ankle crossing over your left knee. And you might just stay here, getting a hip stretch, or you can lift off in your left leg, reach forward, take the back of your left leg, right knee draws away from you, just kind of stretching into things here. Good, and then you can release out. Good, shaking out. So right foot on the floor, left ankle's going to cross over, right? Or doing the opposite leg, right? And then you can reach forward, take the back of the leg. If that feels good, that knee's going to draw away from you. Being with your breathing. Good, and then releasing down. So you might want to shake out a little bit here. Good. And then just for this last one, just choosing what feels good for you. You're welcome to, for example, if you want a little more liver work, you can have the knees splay out, feet together, hands together, and you can press down and lift through your hips. Okay, that's a good liver opener. If you want a little bit more of the lung nourishment, you can have your feet on the floor, knees bending, lifting into your hips, and you can hook your thumbs together beneath your hips, walk your shoulders together, palms down, and lifting into things this way. So just deciding what's going to feel good for you. Opening into things, continuing to breathe deeply here. Good, and then you can release out. Hips can come down. Easy does it. Let your knees, your legs come in. You might sway a little bit side to side here. Okay, and then if you have any final positions or things that you need to do before resting down, go right ahead, do what you got to do. But once you finish up, just coming to relax back in your space, on your mat. Legs and arms can fall out to the sides. Tuning in once again to the rising and sinking, the ebbing and flowing of the breathing in your belly here. Inhale. Exhaling. Relaxing. Releasing. So we did a decent amount of work on really nourishing the liver and the gallbladder lines today. Traditionally, these are the organs of the springtime. We also did a decent amount of work on really nourishing and boosting and keeping things flowing and free through the lungs, the lung lines. Just helping us to kind of stay healthy with everything that's going on out in the world now with the COVID-19 stuff. So just being with your breathing here in the last few minutes, just allowing your breathing to flow, just really relaxing down, allowing the work that you've just done to really permeate your system, to really permeate your being. Inhaling, exhaling, relaxing, releasing, being with your breathing. And when you can feel ready, gently beginning to move into your fingers and toes. And when you can feel ready in your own time, coming to rest on your right shoulder, on your right side. And when you can feel ready in your own time, coming all the way up into a comfortable seated position. Taking a few final breaths here. Bringing your palms together, rubbing into your palms, rubbing over your eyes. Tapping from the crown of your head, down the back of your neck, all the way to your lower belly. Grounding and centering here. Okay, all right, very well done. Thank you. So we'll take about a 10-minute break. How about if we meet back for meditation at 3 o'clock? Does that sound okay? All right, about 10-minute break.